had to be in the top 4. Each country has a maximum of 3 representatives in the Olympics, but only if they're ranked among the top 4 in the world during the Olympic qualifying period. And he got there in the nick of time, didn't he, Chen?
He had quite a bit of luck that Peter Gade suffered a dip in form due to injuries, so he wasn't able to get enough points gathered together in the last 4 months of the qualification period.
Simultaneously, he was able to pick up the wins required. Three consecutive titles, ending in the Asian Badminton Championship for Chen. Bert van der Hurendijk is our Belgian official, the umpire. Chen rested against England because of the exertion of physically, mentally, of those run of tournaments where he had to, well, basically not lose a game. And then he just made that qualification. Could call him the informed player, really, at the moment.
Yeah, I think he must be the player that has had the greatest success in 2012.
Yep. Whereas Rumbaka, well, the rising star of Indonesian badminton and starting to fulfill that potential. You see the win-loss ratio there, 9-7, and quarter-final appearance at the All England. Won the Indonesian Open Grand Prix Gold event in 2011. In that event in 2010, but look at that win-loss ratio from Chen, up to number 4 in the world now.
I don't know if they had the withdrawal from Indonesia from India Open and that statistics, because then he'd only lost 3 matches where he'd actually been playing. One of them to Jano Jorgensen in Korea.
These two have met before on 3 previous occasions. Chen has won all 3. The last time was at the start of the year. And another case of the game being stopped early. Chen took the first game 21-11, and Rumbaka had to stop because of injury. First meeting at the All England in 2011, though, went to 3 games. But Chen has certainly pushed on since then. I suppose it's fair to say Rumbaka has as well, but no Taufik Hidayat today for Indonesia.
He's been very inconsistent, Chen, since he won the Worlds. I don't know, perhaps he's been injury plagued, but he can play so well when he's at his best.
Dionysius Hayom Rumbaka. To my left, China, represented by Chen. Indonesia to serve. Love all. Play.
So the 5th and final rubber of this final group A match between last year's finalists, or finalists of 2010 in the BWF Thomas Cup. First opportunity for Chen to open up the shoulders.
Service over. 1-0. Chen, don't do this. Take another shuttle.
Telling off already.
Yeah, the umpire told Chen that he would not accept him tampering with the shuttle. Asked him to get a new one.
2-1.
What was the advantage of tampering with the shuttle then?
I'm not sure what it was that he was doing, but if he was sort of pinching it a little bit, it would get a little bit faster, and he could, for instance, either make a flick serve or a short serve and concentrate a lot on the front court, hoping that Rumbaka, if he played towards the back court, would play it long.
4号场地将进行尤文杯 B 组第5场的比赛，中华台北队红狮团对阵泰国队尼查诺净达波。
The fifth match of Yuba women's single in court 4.
Thinks he's sort of
Representing Thailand.
straightening out the feathers every time he has the shuttle. These shuttles tend to be a little bit fluffy when you've hit them a number of times, and the feathers, the small parts of the feathers get a little bit uneven, so you can straighten them, but in match play sometimes the umpires just want you to take a new instead.
Service over.
Nice shot placement there from Rumbaka. Bit of a strange situation here, Richard. All the matches in the hall, all the team ties are decided. So we're actually just waiting for the last individual matches to finish so we can get on with the draw.
They could actually do the draw now, couldn't they, really?
They could do the draw now because it's...
We know the results, who's going to win.
5-2.
There'll definitely be some players both here in the hall but also back at their respective hotels waiting for news on when to play tomorrow. If you're going to play at 1 o'clock local time, definitely have to be in bed by now, but if you play in the evening, you might want to wait another hour or so. Try to sleep a little bit longer in the morning and get the right timing on your day, because you could play the decisive match at this time at 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So
You don't want to start being a little sleepy, do you, when you're going to be playing in front of a packed crowd with a place for the semi-final of the Thomas Yuba Cup at stake. Win tomorrow's match, you get a medal.
and a medal for a lot of countries might mean extra funding.
Service over.
Might be the difference between funding and no funding.
Service over. 7-3.
Well, if the start of this game is anything to go by, Chen looks Looks like he could be in a hurry.
Yeah, it's nice to see him getting off to start like that.
Oh, that wasn't far away.
Serves over. 4-7.
He admitted he felt a little bit jaded, tired physically, mentally, but
Serves over.
really didn't have a choice in the matter if he wanted to be at the Olympics. Chen had to keep winning those games. Had a bit of a hand in the helping hand in the Asian Badminton Championships when Lin Dan withdrew ahead of the semi-final against him.
Not exactly unlucky, and for the rest of the world, it's not a player that you want to see show up at the Olympics.
Serves over.
Very experienced,
5-8.
very high top level, and already won a bronze medal in Beijing, so he's not likely to get really nervous this time. In.
Serves over.
Longest rally of the match goes Chen Jin's way.
And a strange rally in a way, because Rumbaka wasn't really moving a lot. When he returned the shot, he just stayed at the spot and waited there until he knew where to move for the next shot he was to play. And we can see that in the Uber Cup match between Chinese Taipei and Thailand, there's been a withdrawal in the last match. Nichan Jindapan won the match against Hong Shihan. So the result of the tie is that Chinese Taipei beat Thailand 3-2, and that means that both teams will progress to the quarterfinals.
Even though Netherlands beat Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, the Netherlands lost 5-0 to Thailand, and that means that they finish last in the group. The same amount of
Well,
points.
the Dutch girls must watch that and think, goodness me.
I was standing here next to where we're sitting now during the first match and watching the Dutch girls cheering for Thailand. But Su Ying Tai managed to pull it off anyway.
Yeah, it was an incredible game, but I mean, how disappointed must they be? You know, they did so well to beat Chinese Taipei on the first day of the Uber Cup, and gets to 2-all. You know, they're probably here in the venue watching, and then suddenly 2 points in, the Thai girls 2 points up, and game's over.
Game's over. And Internet blew a big lead in the first game, 18-12 or something like that, I think. So quite disappointing for the Netherlands, but still they must be satisfied that they actually beat Thailand. So
I think a big boost for them here this week. Yeah, they performed very well, and they'll be able to take something out of this week for sure.
14-5.
Great retrieval.
Line check. Line
Chen
check.
Jin.
15-5.
Look at that.
Sixteen, 5.
What's going on here? Something got dislodged. Is it just the little bit of the
I think it's
off the court by the advertising boards? It's just come a little loose, the carpet.
yeah, I think it's the tape that connects the mats to the carpet that probably has gone loose.
We've got to be careful, of course, if a player steps back off there, they don't want to get caught up in it. We've had one injury too many already today, haven't we? If you're not sure what I'm referring to, talking about Lee Chong Wei's injury.
16-5.
So just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. So 8 points in a row here for Chen Jin. And make that 9.
17-5.
Chen Jin is playing well, really concentrated. Not giving anything away to the young Indonesian.
Serves over. 6-18. Serves over. 19-6.
Just wide this time.
Serves over. 7-19.
Well, that woke everyone up, didn't it?
Yeah. Even me. I must admit, my concentration has also dipped a bit here.
Come on, the professional you are, Steen.
I was watching a small workshop on the court next to the one on the screen. There we can see it in the background. The referee giving a workshop on how she wanted the courts to be taped to the carpet.
Well, brings up 13 game points. Well, that's as comfortable a game as we've seen all evening here in the Wuhan Sports Arena. 16 minutes. It just took for Chen to dispose of Rumbaka in that first game. Well, I think the statistics should show a pretty one-sided affair. No winners from Rumbaka at the net. And as you'd expect, plenty more winners everywhere from Chen. Stuck with the same serve all the way through, I suppose. When you're that dominant, might as well stick to the winning formula.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Love all. Play. One love.
Put it long, Rumbaka.
Well, the second game already showing a similar pattern to the fair on offer in game number 1.
Really nice shot there, down the line.
Serves over. 1-2. Serves over. 3-1.
I'm sitting it look on the line, but
Yeah, sometimes it can be deceptive up here. There's a few I've also thought today
I've been mistaken a couple of times. We've seen it in replay where I must admit the linesmen have clearly held the best position.
5-1. Serves over. 2-5. Serves over. 6-2.
Fantastic retrieval by Chen. So quickly up again.
Serves over. 3-6.
This is one of the situations where I think that we could wish for a greater pace in the game. Both players walking really slowly back to the serving and returning positions.
Serves over. 7-3. Okay, thank you. Eight, 3. Serves over. 4-8. Serves over. 9-4.
Well, there are some sturdy fans here that are stuck around, Steen. All credit to them as well for sticking with this one, even though the outcome pretty much is inevitable.
10-4.
is.
Interval.
Well, very similar story to the first game, 11-4 up at the interval.
Yeah. I've been sitting here doing a little bit of timing of the intervals between the rallies, and an unofficial time says approximately 20 seconds on average if it hasn't been a long rally or there isn't a lot of wiping to do. And let's just say that there's approximately 70 rallies in a match, and we could cut down the waiting time in between rallies with 50% so that it would be a 10-second interval instead. We would have matches that would be significantly shorter.
11-4.
11-12 minutes shorter each match.
Circa 5-11.
Wide. Powerful smash here by Rumbaka, but just wide.
Thirteen 5. Serves over 6-13. Serves over 14-6.
Chen keeping up a reasonably good intensity. Rumbaka is helping him finishing this game.
Maybe he's in a hurry to leave as well.
Yeah. Practicing a bit of smashes, round the head smashes from the backhand corner.
7-15.
Nice.
Serves over 16-7. Serves over 8-16. Serves over. 17-8.
Wide.
18-8.
It can be difficult for a player like Rumbaka to sort of get back into the right level, the right
Serves over.
tension level tomorrow. It's been quite
9-18.
relaxed today.
Yeah, I think, listen, I mean, we started the evening, it was a packed crowd. I mean, we had a bit of drama with the seating plan, and, you know, Lindan came out, we had the men's doubles, the crowd was booming and loud, and suddenly, I'd say 4/5 of the crowd have gone.
Serves over.
4-0's the scoreline.
19-9.
And everybody's waiting for Rumbaka to lose this game.
Exactly, you know, you can't blame him in some respect for being like that. And I think credit to Chen Jin for maintaining the standard he has as well.
All right.
Serves over. 10-19. Serves over. 20. Match point 10.
Well, there we go. This could be it now. Match points. 5-0. Chen Jin completes the whitewash. Just the one game in the night won by Indonesia. Chen Jin, super display, 21-7, 21-10, the emphatic scoreline.
China 21-7, 21-10.
Well, first appearance in this year's Thomas Cup, and an impressive one. They are certainly the team to avoid in tomorrow's quarterfinals.
And actually, both teams, because the teams that have won their groups, they will be looking to avoid Indonesia. They hope that Indonesia will draw China again in the quarterfinals.
So there's the statistics from the second game as well. Again, no high serves from Chen Jin. Pretty even on the winners this time. But Rumbaka making the mistakes, allowing Chen Jin a number of points in that game. So that brings this final match from Group A to a conclusion. China 5, Indonesia 0. China with a 5-0 win, as they had against England in their opening group match. Indonesia, though, still qualify for the quarterfinals, having beaten England by 4-1. Lindan, very impressive, wasn't he? So too were Kai and Fu, very impressive, in fact. They really set up the victory, gave the platform for Chen Long to finish it off. So as you can see, Group A looks like this at the close. As expected, China first, Indonesia second, and England heading home. No surprises, really, the way the group's finished. But all the fun and games really now gets underway. We're at the knockout stages, aren't we, of this BWF Thomason Yuba Cup finals here in Wuhan. And an enjoyable night inside the Wuhan Sports Arena. When it eventually got started, 20 minutes later, after a bit of a hoo-ha over who's sitting where. But once we did get underway, Lindan produced the fireworks expected in his victory over Simon Sentosa. Great power from Fu Haifeng. A smash of 290 tonight in his victory with Kai Yun. Chen Long disposed of Tommy Sugiato to make sure that it was a 3-0 unassailable lead. Few problems for Shen Yi and Hong Wei against the rookie pairing of Hendra Sidiawan and Rahangagung Saputra, but they turned it around from one game down to win that 2-1 before Chen Jin's victory over Dionysius Hayom Rumbaka. So that about brings the end of day 3 to a conclusion. Quarter-finals to come tomorrow. We look forward to your company. I'm Richard Kaufman. You heard from Stephen Peterson. Jill Clark will be with you then. We look forward to your company.